Sup, yo? Welcome to the channel Saved by the Code. Hope everyone's doing all right out there. Got a juicy episode for you today. As always, Saved by the Code's got all the juice. You should all be juicing out there as well. I make my own juices, smoothies at home, whatever you want to call it, juice smoothie. Just a healthy concoction. I put kale, carrots, blueberries, strawberries, reishi mushroom extract, and elderberry extract. And it is delish. Actually tastes decent as well. I think the berries make it taste better, but that reishi mushroom stuff, I'll tell ya. And elderberries, I don't get sick, and I don't get hangovers anymore. And I think that's a combination of going to the sauna as well. And I'm not like an alcoholic. I don't drink like every single day. I only drink 7 days a week, in the mornings and stuff like everyone does, right? I'm just kidding. Gotcha. But I mean, even after like 2-3 drinks sometimes in the past, I'd get a headache in the morning or feel like groggy. Or ever since I started doing the sauna and reishi mushrooms and those smoothies, man, that tells me that some serious detoxifying is going on, amongst all this craziness that we live amongst. Go take a break, go to the sauna, go to the gym, lift some stuff, put some music in, whatever. That's like my 2-hour meditation every couple days. It's a beautiful thing. All right, let's get back into the insanity of this world that we live in. But don't forget, we have Bitcoin to bring the world back to sanity. So I had to start the video off with this story. MicroStrategy, if you're not aware, it is a software company. It is the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin. They've been buying Bitcoin like a banshee for like 2 years. No, they did it at the end of 2020. So it's been, almost 3 years. So 2.5 years or so since they bought their first Bitcoin. I remember when that news came out, it was wild. Bitcoin's price went up a lot. And it was like, whoa, oh my gosh, corporations are buying Bitcoin. And just went on a huge bull run for the next year. But MicroStrategy, the company in this story, they paid off a loan from Silvergate, one of the banks that is burning alive right now. And they paid off their loan at a 20% discount for $205 million, which was collateralized with Bitcoin. They got 35,000 Bitcoin back, and they went and bought 6,455 more Bitcoin with roughly $150 million. Over the past 5 weeks, MicroStrategy, they're awesome. I love the CEO, Michael Saylor. He is literally obsessed with Bitcoin. I mean, he literally showers in it. He bathes in it. Like, however you do that. He eats Bitcoin-shaped cookies all day, every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Maybe he does. But they bought more Bitcoin, and that brings their total holdings to 138,955 Bitcoin. Purchased at an average price of $29,817 each and worth roughly $3.88 billion at the current price of around $27,000, $28,000. That's a lot of Bitcoin, man. He want all the Bitcoin. It's great to see. They are very deep into Bitcoin, extremely heavily exposed, which is not even exposure, in my opinion. I think it's an insurance protection plan in this crazy financial environment, crazy world. And it's awesome to see. that they just keep buying and buying and buying. They have conviction. They've been buying for years, and they have some serious conviction here. And I mean, what happens if Bitcoin goes to like $100,000, $200,000, $500,000? You know how rich they would be? 3.8 billion times 3, they'd have about $10 billion, $11 billion in Bitcoin. If it went to 100 grand, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a nice little profit there as well. But yeah, great to see. I love it. MicroStrategy bought more Bitcoin. You go, Michael Saylor. Love you, buddy. Next story is about, like, it describes a scenario of what hyperinflation would look like if it happened in the United States, as well as what will happen to Bitcoin. Yeah, it talks about that crazy bet, the $1 million bet that Bitcoin will be, or it's like $2 million bet that Bitcoin will be worth $1 million in like less than 90 days. People are saying it could be a marketing ploy, just publicity. If you say something like that, everyone's going to talk about you, and your popularity will probably go up. There is no bad publicity. Hey, it could happen, I mean, they've been printing money like crazy. And however, the thing is that, Bitcoin might be worth $1 million a piece, but now a gallon of milk is $100. So, that's what a world of hyperinflation would look like. The price of everything would go up. Everyone would have all this money. Everything would be super expensive. Everyone would have all this money that's not nearly worth as much as it was. And, but I think it would be great for Bitcoin. It wouldn't be good for a lot of other things. The stability of the world's financial system, since it so heavily revolves around the almighty United States dollar, that is just the best currency that's ever been. It's amazing. It's unfortunate because it probably still would be if this country was anything that it used to be, and the people in charge actually, knew where they were sometimes, and wouldn't shake hands with nothing. But and weren't an average age of 235 years old. And a lot of other things, but I'm not going to go into all that nonsense. Maybe the US dollar would be great still. But that's not the current state of affairs. We are living through, I believe, the US dollar falling in dominance, in world dominance, and just the United States in general, because of the silliness that's in charge. But I kind of digressed there. A world with hyperinflation wouldn't be good. It would further highlight the need for Bitcoin. However, the world would be in turmoil, I believe. Brown stuff would hit fans. Wouldn't be so good. But, I mean, how much money can you print before this hyperinflation kicks in? I mean, you keep printing. It's just simple math. The more of something you have, the less worth it has. The more supply. It's really simple. But money will continue to be printed, and the dollar will continue to be devalued. These things won't stop. Fiat money doesn't work. Banking system doesn't work, and we need an alternative, like I say in every single video. We got to try something new. Who knows what a world based on Bitcoin would look like? I think it would be a better place. If you neutralize money, that has to be a good thing. which is exactly what Bitcoin does to a very high degree. And it sounds like a system that I'd be willing to at least try or would want to see tried, as opposed to the fraudulent financial system we live in, designed to benefit a very select few, while the rest of us get robbed by silent business partners called the IRS. Thanks for that, buddy. I don't remember partnering with you. Wait, I pay you 20, 30%? Oh. That is literally like an extortionist mafia coming to your house and knocking on the door. You don't know who these people are. You have no idea who they are. They got bats and guns with them, and they look pretty mean. And they go, 30%. You're like, no, 30% now, or we will hurt you. You got a family, you got kids. You have no choice. It's disgusting. And Bitcoin completely removes that power from all of them. Whenever you buy Bitcoin and you store it properly, not financial advice, none of my videos are. Make your own financial decisions. When you buy Bitcoin and store it properly on an encrypted hardware device, you completely remove that money from this fraudulent system to where we're all being robbed and deceived and lied to. While a few get very, very rich. What if there was something that allowed you to take that power away from them? What if there was something? Just imagine for a second if there was this thing that just allowed you to just go. I always say, if everyone in the world bought Bitcoin, problem solved. How are they going to get your taxes when they can't get the money? They just want the money. If taxes stopped being paid by everyone, imagine that. They would be crippled. Nope, we're not paying. Nope. That would be so sweet to see if just everyone was just like, nope, not paying taxes. Because where's it going? You got to ask yourself. There's no regulatory body following where it goes. There's no regulations saying where it needs to go. So many dirty things are happening. And I'm sorry, in my podcast, I raise a lot of negative things. However, I feel that people need to hear it and just know that the entire, my entire ethos is that these horrible things are happening, but Bitcoin is hope. It's freedom. Money, it's freedom. It's hope. It removes power from these terrible people. And so I'm a hopeful person, but you need to talk about these things or else they just, whatever. It's important to talk about this stuff, I think. And just get people thinking about it and, he's right. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Leave a comment. Tell me if you think I'm a crazy nut job. I definitely am to a small degree. Just kidding. Kind of. All right. On back to this. We got Elizabeth Warren in a story here. This article has a real nasty picture of her pointing and screaming at someone. As usual. And, she is pushing the Senate to ban your crypto wallet, apparently, in an anti-money laundering act against crypto. Make it mostly legal for you to use your own crypto wallet. All right, Lizzie, go home. You're drunk. Because the facts are that only about $10 billion in crypto is involved with money laundering. And that might seem like a lot of money, but when you put it in relative terms, it's between 800 billion and about $2 trillion that are laundered with the US dollar and other, government issued currencies. It's just the hypocrisy is just unbearable sometimes. And this is definitely a case where it is, because that's just ridiculous. Yeah, crypto is involved with illegal activity. I'm not going to lie. There's obviously, when there's money involved, there's illegal activity going to happen. But the thing with Bitcoin is that all transactions are traceable, are public, viewable to anyone. If you put enough work in, your name isn't just up there on the blockchain. You sent this much here. You can just trace all transactions, and there are ways to privatize your Bitcoin transactions. So they're harder to trace, much harder to trace. But why would you want to use a currency that it can be traced from its origin rather than the US dollar? It's not as easily traceable. Sure, it's harder to move large amounts of the US dollar, but it's not as traceable. So this is just so absurd. Like I said, Lizzie Warren, go home. You're drunk. It's just, the hypocrisy is absurd. And they'll continue doing these things, And the fact that they're fighting back so hard right now, all these SEC lawsuits and all this crap, it tells me that Bitcoin's doing something right. Crypto's doing something right when there's so much pushback from those in power that enrich themselves from the US dollar. So you just got to consider their motives. And just look at the facts. Such a small percentage of crypto is used for money laundering, while 95% or more money laundering in the world, illegal activity, occurs with fiat currencies, government-issued currencies. Yeah. So, it's just crazy. Hypocrisy. I won't go through it. I can almost guarantee it, but because like I've said in many videos, past couple videos, when you have big names like BlackRock and Fidelity and these really, really massive, BlackRock is the biggest asset manager in the world. Fidelity's quite large as well, and the trillions of dollars in assets managed. When you have Bitcoin even in the same sentence as those conglomerates, they're not banning Bitcoin or crypto because they all know each other. They got friends in high places, and it's not going to be banned. They might make it harder, but it ain't getting banned. This kind of stuff is just silly. Ban a crypto wallet, it's absurd. All right, these next stories are about the good old CFTC, the SEC, charging Sam Bankman-Fried, otherwise known as scam, bankrupt, fraud. Binance CEO sued by the CFTC after alleged regulatory violations. Go after actual criminals, please, CFTC and SEC. That would be just wonderful. But they won't. They'll continue trying to bash crypto, probably in an attempt to bring the prices down so that they can purchase more. Wouldn't be surprised for a second. But yeah, everyone's getting sued, getting yelled at, fighting. Nah. Isn't there that thing? It's like, and then they fight you and then you win. I forget what the beginning part of it is, but they're fighting us right now. Right now. I don't know why I said now like that. Now. And apparently the next stage is that we win. But they're putting up a fight. SEC, CFTC, like I said, scam, bankrupt, fraud is being sued for apparently attempting to bribe with Chinese officials with $40 million. SBF failed cryptocurrency saying FTX of attempting to bribe one or more Chinese government officials with $40 million, the goal being to release $1 billion worth of frozen digital assets belonging to his hedge fund, Alameda Research. Oh, they got you, buddy. Yeah, he's probably pretty screwed, I would imagine, for a pretty long time. Under house arrest. He's at house arrest at his parents' house, California. Restricted movements. Oh, I'm sure that's so horrible. I bet his parents' house is real nice. Man, if that's all you get for defrauding people out of billions of dollars, sounds like a pretty good deal. Just kidding. Morals, people, morals. Next story. More than 186 U.S. banks well positioned for a collapse. SBF analysis reveals. Yeah. Stuff's bad. Not good. And the FDIC can't insure everyone because of fractional reserve banking. It's that. Fractional reserve banking is when banks only keep about 10% of all the money that they say they have or they lend out, that they create out of thin air. So when you deposit in the bank, they take your money, they put it away, a portion of it, and then they create a bunch more money and lend it out. And keep doing that. So creating money out of thin air and only keep a small portion of money in the bank. So if anyone goes to withdraw at the same time, the bank's screwed. Called a bank run. And they charge interest on those loans and they make a lot of money. And so when you create all this money, the FDIC can't pay all that off. When all these banks across the country are just creating money out of thin air. Making money off of money that they just made out of nothing. What a great business plan, don't you think? While you get the dust particles of interest rates. What's your interest rate at your bank? Oh, I got 0.04%. Whoa, Bob, that's so high. I only have 0.02%. 0.02%. Hey, maybe it's 0.1%. That is such a joke. It's like getting spat at. Just spit in your face. Thanks for the money. Here's your 2 cents. What is that? Wait, so if you deposit, I think if you deposit $1 million, you get $1,000. Yeah. You get $1,000 for depositing $1 million after a year. 100,000, you get $100 for giving them $100,000 of your money. You get $100 while they go take it, lend it out, make money out of thin air, and make a bunch of money off of it. Oh me, oh my. So if we had something that could remove that money from that system, I mean, just imagine a world with something like that, It would just be so incredible. Oh, wait, we do have something. And it's not gold. It's Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin's better than gold. I'm an advocate of gold. I definitely am. But we live in 2023. This isn't the year 620. I'll pay 5 gold coins for that. For that fancy hat there. It's just like I said, I'm an advocate for gold. I think it's great. Not a bad thing at all to invest in or have. Not financial advice. But it's just antiquated. It's a little old. It's real old. We need a digital form of that. And we have the technology for it. The internet's here. Everyone's got a computer in their house. Everybody has access to mining hardware, which is the backbone of the Bitcoin network. The internet's everywhere. It's just timing of it's pretty darn good, I'd say. This story's pretty cool. Happy story, yay! Ticketmaster debuts NFT-gated ticket sales starting with Avenged Sevenfold. Avenged Sevenfold is a band. They're freaking awesome, actually. If you like rock and roll, they're really great. But yeah, apparently Ticketmaster's getting into NFT tickets. So Avenged Sevenfold, the band in this article, released an NFT project called Death Bats Club. And with that NFT, you're able to get a significant discount on tickets. Apparently, a pre-sale as well. You get access to a pre-sale, significant discount. There's like a section for the club members, the show, and all these other things. So, but it's like really cool to see that NFTs are actually being used in the real world. And this is a really great use case, I think, for NFTs, is like kind of like club membership kind of stuff. And tickets, and you can prove it's an original on the blockchain. That's exactly what a blockchain is for. An unchangeable ledger, keeping track of who owns what, who sent what to who, and at what time these things happened. And ownership is what blockchains can also show. That's unchangeable and tamper-proof. And NFTs are just that digital ownership with a little, pictures or art associated with it. Because all of us like to see, it's how humans work. We like to see a little monkey picture, or, a little pixelated guy. You kind of form like a bond with it. It's like, oh, that's my little NFT. Am I the only one that happens to? I love my NFTs so much. You do. You form a bond with them. Stop making fun of me. And so, yeah, they're using NFTs for tickets, sales, and exclusive ticket access stuff, which is just freaking cool. And Avenged Sevenfold is awesome. They're such a good band. I really like them. So you go Avenged Sevenfold. M Shadows, the singer, says some stuff in this article. He's like, yep, it's pretty cool. Really cool. I think it's cool. He doesn't say that, but he says something along those lines. Next story. Jack Dorsey backed Spiral plots course for mainstream adoption of Bitcoin's Lightning Network. I guess Spiral is a company that Jack Dorsey invested in. He's obsessed with Bitcoin. Like Michael Saylor, he bathes in it, he showers in it, he eats Bitcoin-shaped cookies and pizzas all day, every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He loves Bitcoin. And Lightning Network is the second layer scaling solution on top of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's pretty slow. Let's be realistic. 3-4 transactions per second. However, you can build second layer scaling solutions on top of this, which makes payments much quicker, much cheaper. And the proliferation of this has been pretty incredible to watch over the past couple of years. Lightning Network has gone from obscurity to a large number of participants in the network in the past 3-4 years. I don't know the exact number, but it has grown exponentially. And it's being implemented into actual electronic payment methods like Cash App. You can do Lightning Network payments on Cash App, which is a massive app that tons of people use. So yeah, it's really, Jack Dorsey's great. Love the guy. He loves Bitcoin. And yeah, apparently they are pushing for mainstream adoption. Right here it says the Lightning Network is a pretty good user experience today for custodial Lightning Network wallets. However, there remain substantial problems with user experience, privacy, and scaling for non-custodial Lightning wallets. Yeah, it has some work that needs to be done. It is usable. However, there's some work. Just like any app application program that just comes out. It's only been around for 3-4 years. But the growth has been incredible. The development on it has been amazing. And it continues to get better and better. More usable. That's how it goes. You think email was just amazingly easy and quick to use? No. It sucked at first. But then it got better and better. That's how it goes. And that is what's going on with the Lightning Network. A lot of investment, a lot of time and energy is being put into these things. And I think it'll be more prevalent in the coming years. Bitcoin already is incredibly more prevalent than it was 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Everyone knows what it is. They've at least heard of it. And the ability for you to actually use it is increasing. You can buy a lot of things with Bitcoin. You would be super surprised. A lot of things. Travel arrangements, plane tickets. Overstock.com accepts Bitcoin. You can buy a lot of stuff on there. So I mean, you can actually use it, and these things are being more and more implemented into everyday society. These things take time, though. Great to see, though. Jack Dorsey, the man. All right, we got the NVIDIA CTO claiming that cryptocurrencies are useless. AI chatbots, a better use of processing power. It's just amazing. It's crazy because this guy is the CTO of NVIDIA, and NVIDIA made a lot of money and sold a lot of graphics cards for cryptocurrency mining. Made a lot of money off of this whole thing. And he still, for some reason, says cryptocurrencies are useless. I don't know if he understands, a lot about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin mainly, because the thing that a lot of people fail to recognize is that Bitcoin solved a problem that was thought to be unsolvable. It's called the Byzantine generals problem. And this is a problem in distributed computing systems such as Bitcoin, where you don't know if you can trust the other nodes in the network and the messages being relayed between them and to you. So you can't trust the message channels and you can't trust the other nodes in the network in a distributed computing system before Bitcoin. Bitcoin solved the problem completely through the implementation of proof of work. I bet if I asked that guy that, he wouldn't know that. Maybe he would. He's probably a really smart guy. But when you say Bitcoin doesn't have a use case, you're literally saying a decentralized ledger at that, doesn't have a use case. A neutral ledger, not controlled by humans. Ledgers are extremely useful. We need them to function as humans. They keep track of things. If we didn't have ledgers to keep track of who owned what, who sent what to who received what, and what time these things happened, we would be a mishmash of lost souls. Guess we already kind of are, but we're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl. Yeah. All right. I don't think I'm allowed to sing. Algorithm. Yeah, so this dude doesn't think there's a use case for Bitcoin. I don't know how many times I got to say it, but a decentralized ledger that puts you in full control of your money, that allows you to transfer this money to anybody anywhere in the world 24/7 365 without a middleman, for you to have an unconfiscatable form of money, of storage of value that's borderless, that anybody could use. It's neutral. It neutralizes money. No one owns the network. Anybody can participate in the mining process in the network if you have the means of doing so. Those are some pretty useful things, I'd say, in this world of ours. You know, try to just send money. Try to wire $20,000 to someone in China. It's a pain. Get asked questions. Takes days. Doesn't go on the weekends. In other countries, you can't even move money out of borders. It literally is better in some countries to pack a suitcase full of cash and smuggle it across the border. Easier, cheaper, quicker. Because they just have like Western Union that charge exorbitant fees, capital controls that don't let you move money. It's insane. Banks, hyperinflation, banks that just shut you out of your account. Ask these people. I wonder if this guy, I would love to have him tell those people that Bitcoin is useless. I would honestly probably insult them. It insults me. Mr. Big NVIDIA CTO. You're probably smart, dude, but I don't know. I think you just don't know much about Bitcoin. It says here, Kagan's assertion that crypto mining validation is similar to high-frequency trading is misleading. While both industries require vast computational, their impacts on society are not comparable. Yeah, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Whatever. Say what you want to say, dude. You're just upset you didn't buy any Bitcoin. He's mad. Look how mad he is in this picture. I want a Bitcoin. Whatever. All right, see ya, buddy. Next story here. Fed bank president. Bank in crisis tips U.S. economy toward recession. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Very bad. Very, very bad. This guy's in the banking system, and he looks like he just pooped his pants in this picture. That's a funny picture. Responding to a question about whether the present banking crisis has caused the U.S. economy to edge closer toward a recession, Kashkari said, "It definitely brings us closer. Right now, what's unclear for us is how much of these banking stresses are leading to a widespread credit crunch. That credit crunch would then slow down the economy," he cautioned, noting that the Fed is monitoring the situation very, very closely. No crap they are. Because this is how they make a lot of money. If this system collapses, they're screwed. They just want the money. Yeah, FDIC can't protect everyone. A lot of deposits are probably flowing to larger banks. I think it even says that in this article. You know, wipe out the small banks, and now all the money has to flow to bigger banks. Sounds like what happened during, 3 years ago. Somewhere around March 2020. I don't know, I forget. It's kind of hazy, but, they wiped out all the smaller guys. And then, big box stores got to operate unhindered. That's strange. What happened to the little mom and pop place down the street, though? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Terrible. Same exact thing. Seems like it's happening here. Wipe out the little guy, they got to come to the big. Seems a little fishy to me, folks. All right. Enough of this craziness. Let's check out the crazy market. Bitcoin at $27,400. Ethereum at $1,780. XRP is going crazy. Pumping by 13% right now, up to 53 cents, almost 54 cents. Probably off all this SEC stuff. They've been in a lawsuit with the SEC for like years, and I think they're on the brink of winning maybe. I think that's what's going on here. People are anticipating a win. Cardano's up 10%. Almost at 38 cents. Good stuff. Good stuff. A lot of green. I like to see the green. Beautiful. All right, everybody. That does it for this video, this episode of Saved by the Code. I deeply, deeply appreciate every single one of you, whether you're new or not. I appreciate everybody just as much as the next. Get in that sauna, drink that reishi. Stay healthy out there, folks. In this mad world, you gotta stay happy. Thank you so much for listening. And I will definitely be talking to you all very soon. And I bid you farewell on your cryptocurrency journey.